We celebrated two important county departments. We mapped endangered flowers along the Broad River, we helped plant pollinator gardens at a local school, and we have a brand new monument on Richland County grounds. Let's review what's going on in Richland County. National Public Works Week and National EMS Week were both celebrated in May. The intent of these national weeks of recognition is for residents to take time to appreciate what these respective departments do to make their communities better. As part of the county's Emergency Services Division, Emergency Medical Service, or EMS personnel, are an essential and vital function of public safety. On any given day, EMS employees help save lives by responding to medical emergencies such as heart attacks, vehicle accidents, drowning, strokes, and more. EMS personnel provide basic and advanced medical care at the scene of an emergency and during transport to a hospital. National Public Works Week helps draw attention to the wide range of services public works personnel provide. The Richland County Public Works Department is responsible for roads and drainage, engineering, and stormwater. Public Works maintains nearly 800 miles of paved and dirt roads across Richland County, and when events like the October flood occur, employees work around the clock to secure infrastructure, make repairs, and assist residents.
Actually recognizing the people who work hard day in and out, and at the same time to have an opportunity for public education and outreach to show what public work means and what does it mean to them in their daily life. It's an opportunity to tell our story to people and at the same time celebrate and recognize these hardworking men and women. And most of the time they are the unsung heroes and you never hear about them. They're always in the background. Public works, it is there for you all the time, is the theme. Rain or shine, as you've seen it in the big flood, that's when we shine actually, in bad weather, not in fair weather.
Richland County's GIS department teamed up with the City of Columbia's park rangers and Congaree Riverkeeper Bill Stangler to take measures to help protect the endangered Rocky Shoals spider lily. Donning life vests and climbing into kayaks and canoes, the group used geographical information technology to map the locations of the lilies in and along the Broad River. The population update is done annually by the City of Columbia, though this year's update was of utmost importance to determine the extent of damage the October flood had on the lily populations. Lilies were mapped and checked off as either present or vacant and will be compared to studies from previous years. Rocky Shoal spider lilies are listed on the federal endangered species list since they grow in a very few number of locations throughout the Southeast.
We are here to see how many of our spider lilies are still here. This is an annual check that the city is required to do as part of our license to operate the Columbia Hydro. But this year in particular, after October's flooding, is especially key, and we're thrilled to have so many professional geographers with us today. We've got help from Richland County GIS, we have help from SCDNR, one of the agencies that's always with us, and we also have help from the National Guard with us today. So we've got some real resource specialists. Using Trimble GeoXTs, we're going to navigate to those points where we've had lilies in the past and do a check-off. Are they present or are they absent? We have, through the Richland County Conservation Commission, a $10,000 grant, a gift for us to help interpret these lilies. So we are putting together fabulous graphics on 5 interpretive panels that help the public understand these lilies are here. There will be a couple signs on the islands in the habitat that have a "Don't tread on me" message. We're finding that as more and more people come out to play in the river, that they don't realize what they're seeing, and they'll come and do a selfie with a lily behind their ear. They'll trample all over the habitat. And so that we hope through this campaign we can really help people to understand this is one of the things that makes us really special, and everyone needs to do a leave no trace practice. Just take pictures and leave them for the next generation to see.
Richland County is the first community in the state to receive a Charters of Freedom monument through the nonprofit Foundation Forward, Inc. The monument includes 60-pound bronze replicas of the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, and the Bill of Rights, and is located in front of the Richland County Administration Building at 2020 Hampton Street in Columbia. The hope is for residents to learn more about the history of government by visiting the monument.
It feels great, for one, to be the only county in the state of South Carolina to have it, to have the commitment of our our companies here, Patterson Fans, and Vance Patterson and his family who was so gracious in donating this to our county for the education of our citizens and our children. So I'm excited. I'm excited about what this ceremony meant today. To get people involved in their government, understand what their government was and is, and that way they know how legislations and ordinances are passed and what that means to them. So anytime you can get the citizens involved in the process, I think it's important. That way they know where their dollars are being spent, how it's being spent, and how the operation of the government is working. So I think it's extremely important, and I'm excited that we had this opportunity to continue to educate our children and our citizens.
The Richland Soil and Water Conservation District provides conservation mini-grants to Richland schools to support conservation-related student projects, such as outdoor classrooms, school gardens, nature trails, wildlife habitats, rain barrels, composting initiatives, and much more. Early in May, we caught up with students at Bear Creek Elementary School as they used their funds to plant a pollinator garden that provide food and habitat for monarch butterflies.
One of our missions in the Conservation District is to enhance conservation throughout the entire county and throughout the state, because there's a district, there's a commission in each district. And the way to do that is get young people involved early, get them energized about saving the earth, because we only have this one planet, and conservation is the way to save this earth or keep this earth healthy for future generations.
Just to see what they have done and to see what the Conservation Mini Grant is able to do for a school like this and a class like this to produce not only a strawberry, but a fig, a greenhouse, and just to teach them pretty much what it is to give back to natural resource. It's just remarkable for these children, and I'm excited as they are.
For the past 4 years, the Richland Conservation District has offered mini grants to support school conservation projects, and Ms. Pasco has been a recipient of several of those grants here at Catawba Trail Elementary School, and they've used them to establish school gardens and to improve their school's nature trail. They just planted a monarch butterfly habitat with the latest edition of the grant. So it's just a long-term commitment that they have here to conservation, and we're happy that we've been able to support them over the years. Pollinators are important for lots of reasons, not least of all to provide food for us to eat, and so their habitat has been in decline over the past several decades. So it's important that we consider establishing pollinator habitats not only on school campuses but also in our own home yards. So just planting plants that have flowers that provide nectar sources for butterflies and other pollinators is important. In this particular case, we're planting milkweed, which is the host plant for the monarch butterfly, and they're an indicator species that have been in the news a lot recently because their numbers are declining due to loss of habitat and loss of their host plant. So we're excited that there's a special place here dedicated just to the monarch butterfly. Mini grant information is on our website at rcgov.us/rswcd, and we have 2 award cycles, one in the spring, one in the fall, and we welcome applications from any Richland County teacher or school staff member.
Our Conservation District also celebrated a year of accomplishments at its 2016 awards banquet with county employees, commission members, and local students and teachers. The department had another successful year promoting the responsible use and protection of Richland County's natural resources. Some of this year's highlights include being recognized as the 2015 South Carolina Conservation District of the Year, sponsoring educational workshops that have provided learning experience for more than 250 farmers and conservationists, giving conservation presentations to more than 1,800 Richland County students, educators, and parents, and implementing a $330,000 grant from DHEC to improve the water quality of the 25 Mile Creek watershed. The South Carolina State Fairgrounds was the epicenter of recycling as residents dropped off unwanted household junk for Richland Recycles Day. Lines of vehicles stopped at unloading stations where workers hauled tons of junk into giant holding receptacles. More residents dropped off more items than last year. Nearly 1,000 vehicles brought an estimated 170,000 pounds of junk, including electronics, paint, tires, scrap metal, hazardous household material, pesticide, mattresses, light bulbs, and more. Prior to the collection event, the educational portion of Richland Recycles Day was held at the fairgrounds, where more than 300 students participated in hands-on learning. Students designed their own heroes of recycling capes, and took part in several mini projects, such as recycling paper by hand, testing the differences in light bulb efficiency, and enjoying s'mores that were roasted on solar panels. Richland County Building Department Deputy Director Michael Smith was named Building Official of the Year by the Building Officials Association of South Carolina. As Deputy Director, Smith helps oversee the building department's many facets, including permit technicians, plans examiners, commercial and residential inspections, and the property maintenance division. And Richland County Housing Official Keisha Lara was named Member of the Year by the association for her sample-setting work in the building and code enforcement industry. Lara and Smith received their awards at an annual conference held in Myrtle Beach. The Richland County Building Inspections Department teamed up with the SC Permit Technicians Association and Habitat for Humanity of the Midlands to help local students learn the importance of safe, reliable housing. Students from Horrell Hill Elementary School in Hopkins took part in a special day of constructing, sanding, and painting butterfly houses, while Richland County property maintenance inspectors talked about the basics of housing, from foundation and roofs to paint and nails. After many years of good ideas, negotiations, offers, false starts, and close calls, Richland County has sold the historic Curtis Wright hangar at the Jim Hamilton L.B. Owens Airport to a private developer. The purchaser, Hangar Owens, plans to restore the hangar and lease it to the owner of Hunter Gatherer Brewery and Ale House in Columbia for use as a microbrewery. The sale price for the hangar and the surrounding compound was $176,000, which is the fair market value as required by FAA regulations. The historic hangar was constructed 86 years ago by the Curtis Wright Corporation under the watchful eye of Columbia Mayor L.B. Owens when the airport first opened in April 1930. The corporation was established by famous aviators Glenn Curtis and Orville and Wilbur Wright. As required in the sales contract and a historic preservation easement, the restoration of the hangar will be to standards established by the National Park Service and administered by the South Carolina Department of History and Archives. The Curtis Wright hangar is listed in the National Register of Historic Places. That's going to do it for this edition of the Richland Review. Richland County Department's employees are always busy in the community working on various programs and projects. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and rcgov.us for updates on county business and happenings.
Bankalowit.
Very good. Sorry. Okay. I snorted. Okay.
In the Senate, it describes their powers and workings. Article 2.
You like it. My strawberry.